Hi Gemini, happy December. I hope you are doing well. Okay. Watch the Taurus video. Even if you don't have Taurus anywhere in your chart, I just did their video and they have this page of coins in the same exact spot that you do, and it's a very similar situation that had a few holes in the story, so to speak. Okay. Now, I think it's all kind of making a little bit of sense here. We come in with the energy card of romance. Okay. And it's basically saying that romance is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. I think what it's saying here is that if you choose, based on the severity of what's going on here, because I think that um, I think there's betrayals, or there's, it's like a real, this really does have the makings of a soap opera in here, but I can't tell to what. I think there's betrayals, and I think that there's misuse of power. I think there's separations. I think there could be many things here, but I think there were harsh words exchanged. I want to say here, I've got to pull on the positive and negative sides of these cards because we don't have balanced elements. Okay, so we come in with the Hanging Man. We've got the energy of the Ten of Wands. We've got the Two of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the King of Cups, and our outbound is the Page of Coins. All right, I think that the Hanged Man, honestly, in here, I really feel like that's someone playing the Martyr card. I think when you pull it all down to bare basics, someone is just playing the Martyr card, the Oh Poor Me card. So it may be someone in your surroundings that now is doing that. Like, oh, I did this because you worked too much, or something like that. But the Ten of Wands coming in here can be, kind of like you're done. This was just the last straw. And you've got the Two of Cups here, which this is a weight. It's not a positive. It's a weight on you. And you've got the King of Cups here. What you don't see is that your blind spot is the Seven of Wands. And we've got the Page of Coins. I think that there's a need here to take action, to actually, the romance card is saying you've got to put some romance back in your life here. So if this is one of these cases, I mean, because this could be a lawyer and this could be a divorce, because we don't have balanced elements in here. Or it could be a relationship that you're really fighting to get some passion back into because it's been neglected, right? So you may need to do just some weeding to get your relationship back on track. That could possibly be the case here, right? Or just look at things different, because when you strip everything away, the crux of what the real problem is in this reading sits in that card. And you're at a standstill. Like, the relationship is not progressing anywhere. So again, we don't have, it's all in communication in here too, right? I think that someone may have said something, maybe that they didn't regret or that they do regret. Either way, words were exchanged here, and I don't think that they can be taken back. And I think that it's possible that some indiscretions were done in here also, that someone may be trying to, put the relationship back together, and one person doesn't want any part of it. There's just a need to get your life back on track here. And if you're not in a relationship, like if this is just kind of on the outskirts, this is saying that another one, a new one may be coming in. So you may want to, open your lines of communication to, you may want to be open to that. Whereas, prior to, you may not have wanted to do that. There's a need here for some of you to re-engage in life, literally, and there's a need for others of you to clean up whatever mess this is in a relationship. Either put it back on track or set it free, one of the two. But with him in the outbound here, that again, it's someone who can really give advice, but not really sound advice. So if you're in the midst of something with a relationship issue, keep it within your relationship, because the last thing you want is someone who, no relationship is big enough for everyone. So I'm a strong advocate of just keeping your relationship things between yourself. But this is, I think this may be past the point of no return. But it's odd that the romance, unless you went through a really tumultuous divorce and now you're entering into a new relationship and you're just really scared, and I get that, but you're being reminded then that, romance it needs to take front and center now over your job and over everything else. That, if you've got a blossoming romance here, you want to give it your full attention right now, because that's a gift. And if you're in a relationship that is on life support, you want to also give it your focus right now. But again, this could be a relationship too that your blind spot is the Seven of Wands, and that card says that don't be shocked if something happens if you choose to take no action, because if you're watching something disrespectful or deceitful take place under your knowledge here, and you're not doing anything about it, you may want to watch for that, because that's saying that there will be consequences to that for you. And this is someone too who just acquires things. They really don't, you just want to be, you don't want to be complacent in this. You want to either put it back on track or set it free, whatever it is. And if it's brand new, you want to nurture it and bring it in, because it's a gift coming to you. Okay. But I think that, one relationship did take some hard knocks in here. So depending upon, there's many of you, and this is a general read. There's some of you that it can be put back on track. There's some that this is already a divorce in the making, right? And the blind spot is that if you are complacent in that, you're going to get blindsided here, because someone is very much playing the martyr card, literally playing the martyr card. Okay. Yeah. This is a relationship here. And I think if you're seeking advice from outside counsel here, you need to be, like I said, if this is in reference to a relationship, you need to be talking to your partner about this, not some outside person, because I don't think that this person is helping. And it was in Taurus reading as well, and in the same exact spot. And I don't think that it's someone who really has any business in whatever situation this is. But if this is between you two, you need to keep it between you two. And there's no wands or no swords in here, so there's no logical thinking. It's just a lot of action, and a lot of hurt feelings. So if that's the case, okay. Call a ceasefire. Take a moment out, really look at past patterns, because this Hermit card is not just saying you need some time out. It's saying you need to pull on some wisdom of the past. Have you been down this road before? Did this person do something and now it's like the third, fourth, fifth time and you're just letting time pass? The thing is, if you keep doing that, you're going to get what's coming to you. So you want to kind of stick up for yourself here. Communicate, Gemini. You know how to communicate. Just be very crystal clear in what you're saying, so that there's no misconstrued words. It's very crystal clear what you're saying. You know how to communicate. So just, have the confidence in yourself and show up. Don't, is your MO to just say very hurtful, derogatory things? Do you come at someone? And I'm just using this as an example, right? Just look at your communication style, because that's what this is kind of asking you to do too. How do you communicate? Do you communicate by not saying anything? Do you distance yourself? Do you shut the other person out? This, I think, is all about communication and what you do with that and how it's received, and are you open to hearing the other person's side, because these are two very emotional people that are usually very much in sync. But for the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Wands to be in here, it's just saying that it's not a really great time right now, you know. This can be a mediator too. Either way, your real advice in here is to put some romance back in your relationship here. And that's not just, if you're in a broken relationship, just don't go into 2018 with it hanging here in the tree still. Cut it loose, or set it right. But you've got cards here that really just speak of, I think that it's definitely something going awry within a relationship here. Yeah, you've got the Fool. The Fool only takes on what it's sitting next to, you know. And you've got the Seven of Swords. That's a need to really be crystal clear again in your communication. And yeah, something might, in this kind of scenario, something may not be what it appears to be. And the Fool card can be a something really stupid. Someone did something really stupid. It can be that too, right? So again, give me a moment, please. I think this is something that, just didn't, the boundaries weren't in place, the communication wasn't in place, the deal breakers were stomped over, and I think that it just, you know, just really didn't, put it this way, if you're watching and your relationship is still, you just haven't tended to it, but it's solid, your advice is to go and really focus completely on that. If it's in the midst of a divorce, your advice is to not do nothing and be complacent, because decisions are being made without your wherewithal. Okay? So don't play the martyr, get in the game if that's where it's at, and be done with this, and then welcome this back in at another time. Okay, but it's showing up in here for you now, so that's how I've got to read it, and it's telling you to put some romance back into this relationship. So if it fell apart, not due to indiscretion, and it just fell apart because you weren't tending to it, do some gardening. If it's something more severe than that, we can look at that in a private reading, but that can go one of two ways. These are loaded cards. These are two very, very emotional people. On a good day, they've got it in check. On a bad day, oh, Maron, that could be really out of control emotions, and that would call for the martyr card for sure. So, all right. I hope that I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, Gemini, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do anything for you, okay? But I do think that there were betrayals in here, but that's different to everyone, what that is exactly, So I think that was that. But I think that there's also, you might be able to save this. It all depends what, this is a mixed bag in here for sure. Okay. And I think that there are things still that really aren't, I don't think everything is known. I think that perceptions, I just don't think that everything is exactly how it appears to be. So there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, Gemini, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do anything for you. Okay. Thank you so much.